I just want to say thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been offering on the channel. It's been roughly about a week or 8 days since we last uploaded a video. Man, to be honest with you, I mean, there's really nothing that I can, do content on. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a dry period for gaming. I mean, we got God of War coming out here soon. The Need for Speed, I forgot what the name of it was, but the next Need for Speed game is coming out in December. 2K just came out. I mean, we've done some videos on that. And we got Modern Warfare 2022 coming out in maybe 3 weeks or so. But just waiting for everything to come around so that way we can have more content here on the channel. But regardless of that, we're going to be diving into another Who Would Win episode between Petr Yan and Sean O'Malley. Okay, these guys are two different styles of fighters. I view Petr Yan as the better striker, but in terms of doing kicks and just being stylistically different with his kicks, I view Sean O'Malley as the better fighter in that sense. And as far as ground game, I'm pretty sure Petr Yan's going to have the advantage here. I mean, we've seen what happened with Aljamain. I mean, Aljamain is a very good wrestler, but we're going to see what happens in this one, man. This should be a very, very interesting fight right here. And I want to know what y'all think. Who do y'all think is going to win this one? We're going to dive into the main event here in just a little bit, but I appreciate everybody's support here on the channel, man. You guys are the main reason I do the content here on the channel, so I just want to say thank y'all for that, man. If y'all hear some vibrating, that's my phone. But yeah, man, stylistically it's going to be a very good matchup. It's going to be a very hard matchup for Sean O'Malley because he hasn't really faced anyone that's given him a legitimate challenge. Okay, no disrespect to Pedro Munoz or Chris Matinho and all these other guys, Eddie Wineland. No disrespect to them, but none of them have given him a challenge as far as taking him to the brink of him wanting to quit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that doesn't discredit how great of a fighter Sean O'Malley is. He's one of the more electrifying fighters in the UFC, especially within that bantamweight division. But we'll see what happens. I mean, Petr Yan coming off against that loss to Aljamain Sterling. A lot of people had that fight going Petr Yan's way, but I seen it different. I just feel like Aljamain Sterling, he held Petr Yan down for a majority of that fight as far as control time goes. We got 3 people watching the video. What's up? Appreciate everybody stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the main event here for you guys. So yeah, it's going to be October 22nd. It's going to be Oliveira versus Makhachev. We've covered that fight here on the channel. We've covered TJ Dillashaw versus Aljamain Sterling. We've covered that one. The only one we haven't covered is these two guys right here. Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan. Sean O'Malley heading into this fight, 5-inch reach advantage, 4-inch height advantage. I feel like he's going to be a very, very rangy striker. He's going to want to get in there. He's going to want to do his damage and get out. I don't see him wanting to engage in the clinch with Petr Yan, but I've been wrong before. We'll see what happens. I don't know why I put this down as a 5-round event when in all reality I'm pretty sure it's going to be just a 3-round event. But I mean, hey, who wouldn't want to see these guys slug it out for 5 rounds? But yeah, Sean O'Malley, 15-1. I believe he has one no contest, and that was against Pedro Munoz just here recently, maybe a couple of months ago. And then we have Petr Yan, like I said, who's coming off against that loss to Aljamain Sterling. You know, I like both of these fighters, man. They're very, very good strikers. You know, Sean O'Malley, very good kickboxer in his own right. There's a reason why Dana White, you know, signed him, and there's a reason why Petr Yan was a really big threat to Aljamain, you know, having that belt. But, you know, obviously, the people viewed it a different way. So, like I said, man, I'm not going to show any bias towards Aljamain Sterling. I mean, I like Aljamain Sterling. He's a really good wrestler, very good striker. He held a lot of control time on Petr Yan. He said it was going to be a different fight, and that's what he offered. But, oh, Sean O'Malley with the big kick there. If he would have connected on that one, whew, that would have been tough. But, gonna be a very interesting fight between these two. I'm pretty sure whoever wins becomes the #1 contender to go back at the belt. I feel like Sean O'Malley is like the big underdog in terms of, you know, who's going to win the fight. Yeah, he's sitting at a plus 275 as I'm looking at the odds right now, and Petr Yan's sitting in at a minus 350. I mean, Sean O'Malley's going to give him a run for his money. But I feel like Petr Yan, he's just more experienced, man. Like, he's so dangerous on his feet, man. Like, he's a very dangerous striker. You know, and I don't know. I don't think Sean O'Malley is equipped with the weapons to go against Petr Yan. I mean, like I said, man, he's a very rangy kickboxer. He throws a lot of good kicks, and he's a very good striker. But Petr Yan, just more technically sound. You know, I don't want to get in there and fight neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'd probably be in this weight class right here. You know, I'm like 6'3", 6'4", sitting at, you know, 135, 140. So, ideally, this is the weight class that I would be in real life. But, I mean, as you can see, I mean, he's throwing, like, roundhouse kicks. I mean, really hasn't been a lot of ground time within this fight, which is kind of how I see it going. You know, Sean O'Malley, I mean, he's not the best wrestler. He can pass. He can pass as a wrestler, but Petr Yan is the more technically sound wrestler between the two. As far as I'm aware, neither have a very extensive, you know, jiu-jitsu background. But like I said, man, Sean O'Malley, he's, oh my God, that beautiful spinning kick there. Sean O'Malley, he has that height advantage. He has that reach advantage. So, if I'm Sean O'Malley, I'm going into this fight. I'm throwing long jabs. I'm throwing, you know, those straights, those crosses, you know. Throwing those leg kicks. You know, obviously not too many leg kicks. You don't want to have Petr Yan checking your leg kicks, and then you're sitting there like round 2 or round 3, just literally, you know, hurt from your legs. And you guys have heard me say it, you know, before. If you take a man's legs, you take him out of the fight. You guys have seen many times on the career modes here on the channel where I would just literally do leg kicks on somebody and take him out of the fight. I mean, because it's your base. You know what I'm saying? And we see Sean O'Malley attacking the legs here. I mean, if you want me to be honest, I feel like Sean O'Malley may have won that first one. But like I said, I feel like Petr Yan's gonna take it by a split decision. And then what's going to happen is it's going to be very interesting for the bantamweight division. A lot of people don't really like the bantamweight division, but I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with the bantamweight division. I mean, like I said, I mean, you got a lot of guys in that division. I mean, you got Aljamain Sterling, you got TJ Dillashaw coming off of his EPO suspension as Petr Yan gets knocked to the ground. You know, you got Sean O'Malley, you know, you got Pedro Munoz, you got Marlon Vera, and then Sean O'Malley's gonna get knocked to the ground. And this is the one thing Sean O'Malley needs to avoid. He needs to not be pressured up against the cage because, like I said, Petr Yan is the better wrestler between the two, and Sean O'Malley just literally got saved by the bell. If there would have been another minute and a half, this fight would have been finished. But so far, I mean, it's close. It's close. That second round, I'm probably leaning more towards Petr Yan. If I'm being honest, I'm not, you know, showing any bias, you know, here. But yeah, Sean O'Malley, he needs to avoid being put up against the cage. Like, he needs to avoid that because Petr Yan is very dangerous. You could just ask Aljamain Sterling and every other bantamweight. But, you know, but like I said, man, that bantamweight division is heavily contested. I mean, literally, I wouldn't be surprised if, and Sean O'Malley is he's in trouble, man. He needs to push towards Petr Yan. He doesn't need to keep backing up, you know what I'm saying? And now he's rocked again. It may just be the you know, easy CPU right here, but you know, I can never figure out how to take the hood off and how to make it like hardened or veteran mode or whatever. And Sean O'Malley, he's just getting tortured right now, man. He's getting lined up against the cage. Like I said, if I'm Sean O'Malley, man, this is something I want to avoid. And then the other thing too is, like, Petr Yan has very good cardio. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, Petr Yan or Sean O'Malley hasn't really been tested by anybody. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. So far, my boy Sugar Sean's losing this third round. He needs to come up with at least some ground control here. Speaking of ground control, he's not going to go for the knockout there. But yeah, dude, like I said, and this is the one thing that can kind of differentiate this fight. Sean O'Malley, I mean, rangy kickboxer, like I said, pretty good striker. Petr Yan, the better wrestler between the two. He's a more balanced fighter. There's not one thing that Petr Yan does extremely well over everything else. Hence why he's kind of like that balanced fighter. But I mean, if I'm Sean O'Malley, I'm using my physical gifts here, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it right there. What a knockout by Sugar Sean O'Malley, man. That's impressive. If he can withstand damage like that, and, you know, get in there and exchange with him or Petr Yan, and he cannot be against the fence, Sean O'Malley has a good chance of winning this fight. But I don't see the fight playing out this way. I think Petr Yan's going to edge him out by a split decision. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But definitely going to be a good fight to watch. I'm thinking about getting the UFC 280 pay-per-view just so I can watch it. Never got a pay-per-view before, but they're really, really expensive, man. Very, very expensive. So, you know, we'll see if I can, you know, make the funds happen. But As far as this video, that's going to wrap it up. But like I said, Petr Yan has the advantage in this fighter. He's more technically sound, and I just feel like he's gonna edge it out by a split decision. I don't think Sean O'Malley's gonna let himself get knocked out. And then, you know, there are several kind of like scenarios where different things could happen, right? If Petr Yan wins this fight and TJ Dillashaw wins, or if he goes up against Aljamain Sterling for a third time, I feel like he's going to beat Aljamain, and then Petr Yan's going to be the champion again. But I could be wrong. Or if Sean O'Malley beats Petr Yan at UFC 280, then he's going to go on against Aljamain Sterling. And then, hell, we could see Sean O'Malley as the new bantamweight champion. And then, you know, God, man, you're going to have a lot of guys going for that belt. If we literally look at, you know, the bantamweight roster here, you know, I mean, bro, like, just off the top of my head, I mean, you know, you got Dominic Cruz, you got TJ Dillashaw, I mean, you got, God, man, you got so many fighters. You know, you got Marlon Moraes, you got Pedro Munoz, you know, Corey Sandhagen is going to be a very tough guy in that division. Aljamain's obviously the champion. Marlon Vera, up and coming, you know, he's a very good fighter as well. Petr Yan. I mean, man, it's just tough, bro. The bantamweight division is heavily contested, so we're going to see something interesting happen. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all did, y'all drop a like. Y'all subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. And like I said, man, sorry about the lack of content here on the channel. There's just been really nothing for me to do. But, you know, hopefully the new set of games coming in can, you know, bring us some good content here to the channel. But other than that, y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, always have that Mamba mentality, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.